welcome back to my channel. So today I filmed this bronzy gold smoky eye with, it was initially meant to be a really soft skin and it turned into a super intense contour, super glowy highlighted face, so I'm not mad at it. To achieve this super glowy highlighted look, most of the products I used were from Artist Couture. This video is not sponsored. I just decided it was time to play with my diamond glow powders. Before we start the video, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure to do that right now. Okay, let's get into the video. So I'm going to start off the look with the colour Saucy from my Tarte Man Eater palette, and I am using my Inglot 6SS brush, so it's just a large fluffy brush, and I'm going to blend that into my outer corner, into my crease. So before I go any darker in my shadow, I'm just going to apply this white colour here called Meow. I'm just going to apply this colour right on my brow bone and like blend it in with Saucy, just to give my brow a really nice highlight so that it doesn't look too dull when we go and add all our darker colours. Like that. So now I'm going in with this colour called Midnight. And I'm just keeping that kind of like on the outer corner, and I'm just slightly blending it in towards the inner corner. And then I'm just going back in with that first colour, and I'm just going to make sure that is all blended together. To highlight my inner corner, I'm using Cocoa Bling by Artist Couture, and I'm just spraying some MAC charged water onto my brush. It's pretty much the same thing as Fix Plus. Just applying that right onto my inner corner. Like, can you guys see that? How gorgeous is that highlight? So to get that really gold bronze look, I'm using two products. So to base my bronze eye, I'm using Charlotte Tilbury's Eyes to Mesmerize in Betty, which I spoke about in my favorites video, and I've actually never used this before. It's Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder in La Bronze or LA Bronze, which is Jackie Aina's collaboration with them. So I'm just using any flat brush to apply the Charlotte Tilbury cream onto my eyes, and I'm just applying that over wherever I'm going to put my La Bronze Diamond Glow Powder. So I just basically want it all over my crease, about 3/4 of the way. Okay, so I'm spraying this brush again with my charged water, and I'm just going to go in and apply that Diamond Glow right on top. I didn't expect it to be so like orange, but I love it. Okay, to turn it down just a little tiny bit, I'm going to put a little bit of Illuminati by Artist Couture over top of that, and it's just going to give it that slightly toned down gold look. I'm just putting the tiniest bit because we don't want to change the colour too much. Well, depending on your skin tone, you totally can if you want to, but for me, it's just a little tiny bit too vibrant, as I am really not tanned at the moment at all. So that's pretty much all I want to do. So if you have a look, it's just a little bit more of a neutral gold as opposed to that orangey gold. So I'm just going to darken up my outer V a tiny little bit more as the shimmer kind of took away from it. And I don't think I'm going to do a full-on winged liner today. I think I'm going to keep this more of a smoky look. So I might just do like a smudged eyeliner. We'll see what looks good. Okay, so I actually haven't tried this before. It's LA Girl's Glide Gel Liner. I imagine it would be really easy to smudge and blend, so that's why I'm using it. So I'm just gonna, oh, that's really pigmented. Come through, LA Girl. Alright, that's beautiful. So I'm just going to tilt my head back and kind of like colour in that upper line. And then as we get more towards the outer corner, we'll make it a little bit thicker. And then I'm just using, I don't even know where this is from, but it's a short shader brush, and I'm just using that to smudge out that black liner. Like that. So to coat my lashes, I'm using Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Mascara. For lashes, I'm using Lily Lashes Opulence. I really want this look to be just like a natural, wispy, long lash kind of look. I didn't want to do anything too thick and dramatic. So I've just applied Opulence onto this eye and it looks absolutely gorgeous. Just going to stick the other one on. I'm just going to apply that. How freaking gorgeous are these lashes, like seriously. So to prime my skin, I can never say the name of this. It's called the Touche Eclat Blow Primer. I know I'm butchering the name, but whatever. And I just like to pump a little bit onto my hand because it is a very dewy moisturizer, and just rub that into my skin and it gives you this beautiful glow. And for foundation, I'm using my Chanel Perfection Lumiere in shade 50 Beige, and I'm just going to dot that all over my face. I think that's more than enough. And I'm just using my Tarte buffing brush to blend that all in. I actually haven't used a liquid foundation on myself in so long because I've been loving these stick foundations, but I wanted this to be a bit more of like a natural skin look. But we know I love my baking and my highlighting and my contouring, so let's be real, this probably won't be a natural skin look. Ideally, you should be using a smaller brush between your brows so you don't wreck your brows and eye makeup, but YOLO, I'm just going to go with it. For concealer, I'm blending two together. As usual, I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm just applying that under my eyes and along the sides of my nose. And before I go in with the second one, I'm going to blend this in with my Real Technique sponge. So now I'm just going over top of that highlighting concealer and applying MAC Pro Longwear, I think it is, in colour MC30, and that's just going to add a little bit more of that tanned colour back to my under eye so it's not so white. To To cream contour, I'm using my iconic London Pigment Stick in 4.1, which is the darkest shade I actually received from them. And I love this for contouring. It's officially taken over all my other contouring products. And to do my nose, I'm just using my Sigma Chisel Trim and Contour, and I'm just kind of like painting it on the side of the brush, and I'm going to press it onto my nose. I just love how this cream contour blends out. I was kind of over cream contouring for a couple of weeks, but as soon as I got this, I was straight back into it. I love how easily that just blends out. And as usual, I'm using my Sigma A50 brush to blend out my nose cream contour. So I'm just going to make sure I blend out my creases under my eyes before I set them. And I'm using my Kat Von D translucent powder, as usual. So I just like to bring it towards the end of my eye. I used to drag it out here, and I think I said this in my last video, I don't like to drag it out to my temple anymore because I feel like it makes me look really dry and my highlight doesn't pop as much as it should. Okay. And now I'm just setting the rest of my face with my translucent powder. And if you haven't tried this before, I suggest you try it instead of using a foundation powder because it gives such a flawless natural look without being too dry and too kind of like full coverage, but it still is full coverage. I'm just going back under my eye with Saucy. I'm just really smoking that out. And I'm using my Australis banana powder to wipe away my translucent powder. I'm yet to confirm if this actually is available in the US. In Australia, it's available at Priceline, which is our drugstore makeup store. And I just really like to make sure I'm pressing that in so that we get the ultimate under eye coverage and no dark circles coming through, because I hate dark circles. I'm really into my peachy blushes at the moment, so I'm going to use Cœur de Rose by Sigma, and I'm just applying that lightly to the apples of my cheeks. And I'm just going to go back in with Cocoa Bling for my highlight, but this is very pigmented, so you want to use it ever so lightly. I'm just using a dot, like a tiny little dot on my finger to highlight my nose. And a little bit on my upper lip. Now I'm just going to get it and like really dab it out. Like, what is that? Like, are you from planet Earth? I don't think so. To line my lips, I'm using my favorite lip liner, my YSL number 13. For lipstick, I'm using this gorgeous shade from Burberry and the colour is called Dusty Pink, and that is what it looks like. And it just goes so well with that lip liner. Now I'm just grabbing my lip liner and I'm just blending it all together. And to set my face, I'm using the Gerard Cosmetics Style Day in Peach. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you next time.